What's up, guys? Jay, MorninAfterKill, and today I want to talk about Borderlands 4. Because in the most recent episode of Gearbox's podcast, Randy Pitchford spoke openly about Lilith, Elpis, and the future of the Borderlands franchise going forward. So, even though the Embracer Group is currently shopping Gearbox on the open market, looking for buyers to recoup their initial investment, Gearbox seems to be going forward business as usual, all but outwardly confirming the recent Gearbox LinkedIn postings that are hiring for Borderlands 4. But with all things considered, it's looking like Gearbox is back in the kitchen cooking up some Borderlands 4. And I'm not the type of person to sit here and wait for my steak to be done only to complain that it's not seasoned properly. In fact, I would rather my steak be a little under-seasoned than over. That way, it could be seasoned to our liking. And today, I want to talk about Gearbox's over-seasoned steak. That was Borderlands 3. And over the years, Gearbox has made a habit of trying to unseason an over-seasoned steak, releasing games with gear that's either overperformed or sometimes had otherwise unintended interactions with other pieces of gear, resulting in Gearbox having to dial back these interactions post-launch, leaving customers sitting at the table wondering why the chef decided to come out of the kitchen, grab your steak, wash it under some water, and put that shit back on your plate, hoping that it's a little bit better for your liking. Which is why I want to talk about weapon anointments in Borderlands 3 and Wonderlands, respectively. Which, at first, they seem like a pretty cool mini metagame, where you can pretty much make a build within your build to customize your playstyle further. Even going as far as giving lower tier weapons, shields, and nades a little extra viability in your build if they happen to roll with good anointments. However, in the later stages of the end game, you'll start to find yourself passing on pretty much top tier gear that drops simply because it didn't drop with an anointment. Because the later stages of the game is balanced around these anointments, making non-anointed gear later in the game being passed over in loot piles like it's a random green or blue. And on the flip side of that, because anointments add so much to your build so easily, progressing through the mayhem levels can be just as easy as getting one good gun with a decent anointment, skipping to Mayhem 6 and farming the vendors or a Mayhem 6 Monarch with a decent anointment, and then just skipping straight to Mayhem 11 and doing the same, trivializing an entire meaningful progress grind through the end game simply because you have a weapon that can activate damage on demand by pressing a button. And this is the exact same issue that we had with Borderlands 2's endgame. Because of the popularity of the B shield and how easy it boosted your build's damage output, Gearbox felt the need to release UVHM and subsequently balance the entire end game of Borderlands 2 around the damage output of characters using the B, making a lot of players feel like it was pretty much necessary for them to use the B shield in later levels of the game to do any sort of damage, resulting in the unbalanced mess that currently is Borderlands 2, its endgame, and the overpower level and scaling. However, the B shield at least came with the downside of making players a glass cannon as a result. Anointments come with no risk to the reward, allowing you to activate damage with the push of a button, and getting a decent weapon with a good anointment allows you to skip past the entire endgame grind. And when you do get to the max level endgame grind, they add another layer of RNG to the endgame weapon farming that makes non-anointed weapons useless, to the point that where you're just basically farming for weapons to carry your anointment damage. And we're right back where we started, farming for conference calls to carry the damage of the B shield back in 2012. So, my name is Jay, MorninAfterKill. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe, and really thumbs up on the video. I'd highly appreciate it because it gives me motivation to make more videos for y'all motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. But I want to know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Do you want to see anointments come back in Borderlands 4? If so, how would you balance the end game around anointments to where they add to the gameplay without being needed to carry damage in the later stages of the end game? I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. My name's Jay, MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see y'all motherfuckers later.
Into the dark.
Well done, Vault Hunter. Now, I've been working on some experimental technology that should allow us to neutralize the Vault monster,
rendering it useless to the Calypsos. Breathe, Tannis. You can do this. Let's give it a try. You may want to stand back. As I said, experimental tech. Yes, it's working. I hope